Autobots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight we are going to be taking a look at the Earthrise versions of Ironhide and Ratchet. Now, Hasbro wanted to make these a little difficult to come by, seeing as how they put an Ironhide and Ratchet in the Siege lineup. So, in order to save slots for new figures, they made these exclusives. So, in order to track them down, you had to go to Amazon and find this awesome 2-pack with Ironhide and Prowl. You may remember we already took a look at the Prowl figure, and to get the Ratchet, you would have had to gone and ordered the 2-pack exclusive Galactic Odyssey collection featuring the Paradron medics of Lifeline and Ratchet. So this also was a exclusive, and taking a look at the boxes, you can see it. Ironhide comes in a nice huge box with Prowl, so it was double the size. You had Takara Tomy here, you had Transformers Generations here, Transformers Earthrise, War for Cybertron trilogy, and a little bit of gunk you may remember also of the pictures I took of how Amazon.com sent this to me. Still not happy about that, but oh well. Picture does kind of go on to the side and it carries through. On the back you can see Ironhide there in his robot and in his vehicle form, so that looks really nice. And on this side of the box you had your classic Earthrise picture with all the bots there, authentic Transformers label, and Earthrise. On the top of the box you just have the Autobot symbol and Transformers War for Cybertron. On the bottom of the box, just some words and barcodes and credits for the box that no one wants to see. Alright, taking a look at the Ratchet box, you can see it's just basically a cardboard box. You have some design on it, some cogs and some Cybertronese and Transformers War for Cybertron there. Big barcode there, 8+ Hasbro. On the top of the box you have Transformers War for Cybertron. On this side of the box, credits and crap that no one wants to see, and on this side of the box the cog that carries over. And finally on the bottom of the box you actually have the list of what's in here with a whole bunch more credits, but then you have the Galactic Odyssey collection, Paradron medics. So what you would do with this is you'd come down here at the bottom, use your fingernail or something to stretch it all the way across and to the slot, and that would make it come up and open up, bring it up so you can see the Paradron medics in there, and then you see Ratchet here and Lifeline there, so that is pretty neat. And if you look at the top of the box, inside you have some little symbols and planet. I think that might actually be a condensed version of the map that we've been collecting all through Earthrise, but I'm not exactly sure since I don't have any interest in that thing. But anyway, I just thought I would show that to you. So that is these guys in the box. No one wants to see them in the box, I know I don't, so let's get them out and see what they can do. And here we have Ironhide and Ratchet out of the box. And out of the box in vehicle mode, they are approximately 5 inches long and they are about 2 inches tall. So that is pretty neat. They both come with a laser gun, which is cool, and they come with decoders and map pieces and stuff like that. Also, for a little bit of an update, when I opened up the Paradron box, I found this neat little poster or something that's in there, and that's a picture of the planet Paradron, and that I guess is what it looks like on most maps. So that little symbol that we saw actually on the box was supposed to be the planet Paradron. So yeah, I didn't know that, but now we do, and knowing's half the battle. Gee, oh no, wait, this is Transformers. Oh, okay, get this crap out of here. So anyway, moving back to our figures, they are really nicely done in their Earthrise modes, and you will say it's definitely an Earthrise because he's more of a minivan now than they were when they were in Siege form. So let's take a close look at them one at a time. Coming in close on Ironhide here, he's done in a nice red. You have some clear windows here. You have a nice orange stripe going down the side. That's very reminiscent of the G1 itself. He has some nice black tires, so that's pretty neat. Coming around to the front, more clear plastic windows here. You see some windshield wipers and some headlights picked out in is it silver? Yeah, some silver and black bumper and grill. That's pretty nice. You look in there, you can see his head on the top. Goes back to Autobot symbol and the nice red piece covering up the roof. And on the back, you have some weird thruster looking things here. You can still see his feet sticking out, so that's pretty interesting. And it's the same over here on this side, nothing different. And on the bottom, you can see some that you can tell that these are going to be legs, and there's some other molded detail in there. So that's pretty nice, and he rolls really good. So that is Ironhide. Taking a look at Ratchet, he is what you expect Ratchet to be, mostly white. On the front, he has some blue translucent plastic for his windshields, and he has his sirens red and black, so that's pretty neat. Got some red lines going down the side, some more molded details in here for windows, and his tires are gray, so that's cool. On the top, his roof is white. You got a Autobot symbol there, done mostly in just red outline, so that's neat. Coming on this side, you got the same as you did, nothing different. On the back, you still have these thrusters like Ironhide had, and you can see his feet. So that's pretty much the same as you're gonna see with Ironhide, same as the bottom, more leg stuff, and that is pretty much what these guys look like in vehicle mode. All right, moving on. And for accessories, they basically come with this same gun for both of them. They both have it. Ironhide's is black, Ratchet's is white, and it's basically just a molded laser blasters. Nothing too unique about it. There's no paint. It's just done in straight out plastic, and you do have a few little details in there, but that's not too bad, I guess. And what you can do with these when the bots are in vehicle mode is you can store it at various locations on the vehicle. So basically it's 3.5 port, so it can be placed in any of the holes you have. Like Ratchet could have his on the top here, he can bounce to here, and you could do that. And Ironhide, same thing. You have weapon storage here, or you can have it on the back. There's some ports that you could just put it straight across the back like that if you're so inclined. Could possibly even put it in these. I haven't tried this yet. Let's see, can it go in there? Yeah, can even go into the thrusters, so that's pretty neat. And if you pull this top off, there is a slot that you can put it into, and I'll show that off later when we get past the transform. But anyway, those are the accessories. Not too much to write home about, but hey, every good robot needs a blaster. Alright, moving on. And for comparison, here they are with their siege molds, and you can see they are almost identical, except the newer ones have this extended roof on them, and so that's pretty neat. So, and the colors are slightly different. Here you have a more of a weird cherry red here as a regular red, and then on the Ratchets, the Siege Ratchet was a Walgreens exclusive, and he came with this different attachment, so that's a little bit of uniqueness about him. So anyway, there you have it with their Siege counterparts. Alright, moving on. And for another comparison, here they are with some other Earthrise bots. You have Optimus Prime with his trailer, and you have Grapple, and then you have Hoist. So I figured to bring some bigger vehicles out to really show the difference in scale with these guys. So that is pretty neat. Optimus's trailer just gets everywhere. So there you go. There you go. Move in here. Some ratchets. So, and so that is cool. All right, and those are a comparison with some other Earthrise bots. Moving on. And full transformation. What we'll do is we'll just use Ironhide here because the transform is the same for both he and Ratchet, so we'll just do one and done. All right, so when it comes to the transform, what we'll do is we'll take Ironhide here, and we'll start at the front of the vehicle here and go to the top of the windshield and pull it out. So that will come down like that, and then the side windows, they will come up like such on both sides. So pull those up, and then that will give us the grip we need to pull off this entire roof section. So you just kind of work it out. You can start from the back if you want, but it should come off pretty easily, and we can put this little guy away for later, so we'll be messing with that again. So now that leaves us this, and this should be familiar for all of you who have the Siege Ironhide and Ratchet. So from here we'll just do what we did in the past. Start from the side here, pull out these doors all the way to the side. That's nice. And then we can pull down this panel, and then this panel will come down, and that will bring the legs kind of down. So what we'll do is then we can fold these back in on themselves, and then we can fold the first panels down like such on both sides. So now we have some legs. Yay. Now, in order to get the rest of the robot, we will have to come to the front of the vehicle, start here at this bumper, pull it down, and that will unleash the little part that we need that will make the rest of this front of the vehicle twist around. So you twist this all the way around to there. Okay, and then what we'll do is we can bring the arms up. We can let me back the camera out a little bit so we can see what we're doing, or raise the camera, I'm sorry. So all right, so now we got this. So what we'll do is we'll take the arms and spread them apart, and then bring them down, twist them to get to the proper configuration. Again, bring it down, twist it around until you have that. All right, now what we'll do is open up the windshield again and find Ironhide's head in there. We'll pull that up, pull this back up as well, and make sure it gets snapped into the back right here. So that will be Ironhide and technically Ratchet in their robot modes, and that was very, very simple. Just a little bit of parts forming, and you have a completely different looking toy, one that would meet the Earthrise mode. But anyway, all right, that is your transformation. Moving on. And here we have Ironhide and Ratchet in their robot modes, and in robot mode they stand at approximately 6 inches tall, so they are really nice looking in their Earthrise modes. But what I want to do now is take a look at them individually, and we will start with Ironhide. And coming real close in on Ironhide, you can see he has that nice Ironhide type head sculpt. With a big red helmet, nice blue eyes, and silver face. And if we look over to the right, we can see his companion from the Siege line. You can tell there is a different color red on the Siege, and I think I like the Siege Red better than Earthrise. Sorry about that, Earthrise, but shoulders are almost identical. There is just a slight bit of different molding in them, and obviously the Earthrise shoulders are black and Siege is gray. Coming down, the arms are pretty much the same. Hands are the same. The chest has been remolded. Earthrise Ironhide's chest is a little wider and bigger. Am missing that Autobot symbol that the Siege has. So there's only like one Autobot symbol I've found on this guy. That's kind of annoying. Going down to the midsection, they're pretty much the same there. Legs about the same. And the panels for the back of the vehicle, those are obviously going to be different. A little bit of paint battle wear for the Siege, not much for the Earthrise. So that is cool. So let's zoom out just a little bit and get these guys turned around. There's not really much detail on the back, but just for completionist sake, we'll take a look and see the differences. There's a little bit of difference here in the upper sculpting of the Siege. So there you go. All right, and that is what this Ironhide from Earthrise looks like. Moving on. And coming real close in on Ratchet, I gotta say this is an awesome Ratchet head sculpt. Look at that. I love his crest, his white helmet, nice blue eyes, nice silver face. Oh, I really like that. That is just so cool. Moving out a little bit, you can see he's mostly all white, and that's a painted white. Has some nice red on the top of his shoulders for his sirens. And if we move over some more, we can see his Siege counterpart. And I don't know, even though the Siege counterpart has a little more red and this darker blue for the windshield, I think I like the colors of the Earthrise Ratchet a little better. So that's interesting. As you can see, this is basically the same sculpt. To go over again what we did with Ratchet, just the color variations are going to be slightly different. The hands are going to be different. There's going to be, like I said, a little more red on the Siege version, and the chest is going to be bigger on the Earthrise. It's still missing that Autobot symbol like we had on the Ironhide. And coming down to the legs, there's a little more red to do the breakup on the Earthrise, but it's on the sides as opposed to right out on the toes. And so, but that's all right. I like that. It's got some good color to it. So moving back and getting these guys turned around, there's not really going to be a lot of difference again. Same thing that we saw as opposed on the Ironhides. This up here is going to be different than over here. It's more of a solid piece going, so that is pretty neat. All right, and that is what these guys look like. So yeah, I think they did a real good job with this Ratchet. All right, moving on. And for articulation, we will use Ratchet. Starting at the head, his head can go 360 degrees around. It can look down, it can look up a little bit, and it has some wiggly or waggly to it, so that's pretty neat. Shoulders, they can come up, they can go down, they can go 360 degrees around, so that's pretty neat. He does have a bicep swivel all the way around, 360 degrees. Elbow bend, which is really nice, good motion there, 90 degrees. Fist can go all the way around. There is no hinge articulation there, so that's kind of what you got. Abs, no really abs, but if you use this piece to go down, you can kind of get him bending over, so that's pretty neat. Waist articulation starting right here. Yes, he does have it. 360 degrees all the way around, so that is awesome. Leg articulation. Legs can go out to the side. They can go up a little bit. They can go back a whole lot because he's a robot. He does have thigh rotation all the way around and a knee bend, which gives you the 90 degrees there. coming down. No boot cut, but his foot is on a rocker and it can go back and forth. Can't go up and down, but that's okay. That is going to be your articulation for Ratchet and Ironhide. Alright, moving on. And for accessories, I know I said that they only had the pistol gun, but that's not exactly true. You can use this upper roof of the vehicle mode to do some pretty interesting things. This is Ironhide's, of course, and what we'll do is to transform this thing to useful parts. You will push in the windows here and then combine them down here. And then you have this weird looking thing. And basically what you can do with this is, if you want to, you can store this on his back so he can kind of just wear it right here. So that kind of gives him a neat little look, if you're so inclined to do that. I don't think that's the best look, but oh well. So, or you can take this off and you can utilize it as a shield on his arm, so it can sit there, and you know, that looks like halfway decent, I guess. So you know, he's taking fire. Or there's one other thing you could do with this. If you take this out and move this slot up, that will actually control these thrusters and bring them out. So actually you could extend the arm, you know, and then put it in there. So he can have kind of a huge, you know, gun, pew, 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 like a rocket launcher. He's always had big guns, like he'd had that big gun in siege mode. But anyway, that is options that you can do with that. Also, there is another transform. So if you take the sled and you take the windows and you put them the other way and don't combine them, put them out and move your slot up and you attach the gun, you can have a battle station. So yeah, you can have it there. So I don't know, it's a thing they thought was clever. I don't know if I'd ever use it. I think this is just gonna be put in a box somewhere when it's not in vehicle mode. But anyway, it does have weapon storage. So going back to how it would normally look, take the third tab in there and you'll see the little hole in the gun right here, and that will just slide right in there and you can secure it so it will stay right there. So, and if you move these and move this, it's not going to go anywhere, so that could just stay. And then you could put this back on top of the vehicle mode and you'll never have to worry about that gun again. Just don't forget it's in there, because hey, they'll be fighting without a weapon. And you could do that to get it out really quickly. Alright, moving on. And for comparison, here they are with Optimus Prime, Grapple, and Hoist. And Hoist is a deluxe, Grapple was a Voyager, and Prime was a Voyager / leader. So they scale right where they're supposed to be, I think. And I really like this group of Autobots. That is so cool. Alright, moving on. And this has been the Amazon exclusive Earthrise, Ironhide, and Ratchet. And I just can't do it. All right, I can't do it. Just give me a second. I'll be right back. I can't do it. Okay. They just had to have their Autobot symbols on their chest. I'm sorry. So let us start again. This has been the Amazon.com exclusive Ironhide and Ratchet from Earthrise. And they did come with two distinct different packs. Ironhide came with Prowl, and Ratchet came with a Fembot named Lifeline. And I think it was worth getting both of them to have the Earthrise modes for these two guys. I know the mode wasn't that different than the regular siege modes. They did have parts forming to create the extended roof, but you know what? I would rather have them looking as G1 as possible. So I love these two guys. If you guys are interested and you collect Transformers, but these new ones are kind of skimpy on things, you can go to a website called Toy Hacks or Repro Labels, and they sell these nice Decepticon and Autobot faction stickers, and you can stick them all over your figures. So that is my promotion for this video, and they do come in handy, especially if you like to buy third-party figures that can't put faction stickers on because it's technically a licensing issue. But anyway, so that is these guys. And guys, I hope you enjoyed the review, and until next time, keep playing.
Fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing.